Okay, I'm going to make a video to help you out to prepare for the mini celebration tomorrow. So I've got about 9 really good problems to solve here for you. And these are going to be the same ones we're going to do in class tomorrow. Alright, let's roll. So the first one, solve by graphing and substitution. So the first one, it has a y-intercept. Let's see. It has a y-intercept of 1, so I'll put a dot there at 1. And then it has a slope that's 2 over 1. So we're going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and connect those. And down 2 over 1 as well. And then the other equation has a y-intercept of 4, so I'll go up to 4. Put a nice dot, and the slope is negative 1. It's whatever's in front of the x, so that's negative 1 over 1. So you can see the rise over the run, which tells us that we go down 1 and over 1. So we can see where they cross. They cross at 1, 3. So I'm going to just solve it by graphing. I'll solve some other ones by substitution. Second one, solve by graphing. This one is better to do x and y intercepts probably. So x-intercept for that first one is 1. The y-intercept is 1. And then this other equation has an x-intercept that's 9. And so I'll go to 9, put a nice dot. And then the y-intercept is 3, so I go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll connect those and see where they cross. So this looks like it'll be pretty hard to solve this way. Let's see. Tough to see where they cross. So I think what I might do is, let's see. I think I might solve this one for y. So y equals, and I'm going to subtract the x over, so negative x plus 1. So that means the y-intercept is 1, and then I'm going to go down 1 over 1, or go the other direction. So it seems like they cross at about negative 3, 4. I'm going to check that out as a solution. So negative 3, 4. It's looking good. Negative 3, you can plug it in. Negative 3, and then if you put a 4 here, that would be negative 3 plus 12, and does that really equal 9? And it does. Check. And it definitely works for the other one. So negative 3, 4. Alright. Third one. Solve by substitution, so you can tell the y excuse me, is already isolated, so then we can take that and plug it in the second equation where there's a y. So we have 3x plus 2. Instead of y, we're going to put 2x equals 35. So we got 3x plus 4x equals 35. 3x plus 4x is 7x equals 35. And then we're going to divide by 7, so we get x equals 5. So we got 5, and then we want to go somewhere to figure out what the y is. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in. So we're going to go y equals 2 times 5. And so y equals 10. Put the 2 together, it's 5 comma 10. Okay, this one, solved by substitution as well. A equals 3b plus 1, so we're going to go ahead and substitute that in the second equation. So it's going to be 5b minus a, and then instead of the a, we're going to go ahead and plug in the 3b plus 1 equals 1. Just kidding. Let me back that up. So I'm going to plug this in for the a, so let me write that one again. So it's going to be 5b minus 2, and instead of the a, we're going to put 3b plus 1 equals 1. Now you'll notice in this equation we only have b's, so we're going to need to distribute this. So we have 5b minus 6b, and then minus 2, distributing that minus 2 to the 1. And now I have 5b minus 6b, so that'll be minus b, and I'll also add the 2 over to the other side. So that's going to be negative b equals, let's see, that would be 3. So that means b equals negative 3, and I would be able to plug that in and figure out what the a is. So let's plug that in right there. So we have a equals 3 times negative 3, and then plus 1. So we've got a equals negative 9 plus 1, so a equals negative 8. So we put the two together, that would be negative 8 comma negative 3. So let me look at that, see if that seems to make sense. So let's see, negative 8 and negative 3, that looks good. Okay, I think we're good. Number 5, solve by elimination. This one's set up really nicely for elimination. So if I just add these two equations together, the y's eliminate. So this is a 1x plus a 1x, which gives us 2x. And then 12 plus 4 is 16. And then divide by 2. So we get x equals 8. And then we'll just go somewhere to figure out what the y is. So just right there in that top equation. So that's going to give us 8 plus, and then we're going to leave the y in there, equals 12, and then we're going to solve for y. So we have to subtract 8 from both sides. So subtract 8, so that's going to be 4. So put the two together, that's going to be 8 comma 4. Okay, we got a gym muscles type of problem on the quiz tomorrow, so I decided to just change up some numbers. So write a system. So the cost is going to be, this for the gym muscles, is y equals 90 plus $5 every single month. And then for the gym slim, it's not going to cost any fees for the sign up, but it does cost $35 every single month. So this is set up really well for substitution because you can tell that the y is already isolated for both of them. So we can take the 35x and we can plug it into the other equation for y. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be 35x equals 90 plus 5x, and then subtract 5x from each side, so 30x equals 90, and divide by 30, so 3. So that's going to be 3 months it's going to take for them to be the same. How much will it cost? We'll just have to plug a 3 in to either equation, so we probably could just put it in right there. So it's going to cost y equals $35 times 3 months, so that's going to be $105, and that's for both of them. Okay, number 7, solve by elimination. Now this one's not set up very well yet, so we have to come up with a plan. So we can try to make the top one and the bottom one, we can try to make them equal 14 right here for the s's, try to eliminate those, or we can try to eliminate the r's. So let's multiply the top equation by 7. And then let's multiply the bottom equation by -2, because we need them to be opposites. So top equation is going to be 35r minus, and that's 14s, and then on the right hand side that would be 56, and then the bottom equation is minus 6r plus 14s because of the two negatives, and then that's going to be 2, and then add those two equations together, so that will cancel out the s's. So we're going to have 35 minus 6, so 29r equals 56 plus 2, so 58. So that means we can divide by 29, so we get r equals 2, and then we just need to go somewhere to figure out what the s is. So we can go into either equation, so probably that bottom one right there where it says r. So I'm going to try to fit this in. So 3 times 2, and then minus 7s equals negative 1. And so I got 3 times 2, so 6, minus 7s equals negative 1. Negative 7s equals, and I'd have to subtract 6 from each side, so that would make this negative 7, and so s equals 1. So I put the 2 together, and that would be 2, 1. 2, comma, 1. Okay, number, let's see what we got here. Number, oops. It's taking a little bit. Okay, number 8. Let me make sure. Yeah. Number 8. So solve by graphing. So this one, they're both in slope-intercept form, so that's good. So we go right up to 3, put a nice dot. And the slope is negative 1 over 3. So just decide where you want your negative sign. So we're going to go down 1 over 3. Oops, that's not right. Down 1 over 3. So down 1 over 3. 1, 2, 3. And then down 1 over 3 again. And then connect those. And then the next one is in slope-intercept form as well. So we go up to 1. And then the slope is up 1 over 3. So up 1 over 3. And you can tell clearly where they cross. They cross at 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. So 3, 2 is the solution. And the next one, the last one actually. So no, that's not the last one. Okay, this is number 8. So this one is substitution. So we're going to take the x and we're going to plug that in. So it's going to be 3 times 2y plus 1 plus y equals 17. So we're going to distribute. So we have 6y plus 3 plus y equals 17. We're going to add the y's together. So 6y plus y, that's 7y, plus 3 equals 17. 7y equals, and you can subtract 3 from both sides, so that's 14. Y equals 2. So y equals 2, then we'll go ahead and take that and plug it in right there. So now we can say that x equals 2 times 2 plus 1. So x equals 5. So put the 2 together, so we have 5 comma 2. And we can circle that. And finally, number 9. So this one is going to be good to do by elimination, so you got to come up with a plan again. So let's go for maybe 12y and negative 12y. So let's multiply that top equation by 4, and the bottom equation by negative 3. So remember, the goal is to get 12 and negative 12. Okay, top equation is 12x plus 12y, and then the right side is negative 24, and then the bottom equation is minus 21x minus 12y equals negative 3. So now we can add them together. So the y's eliminate. So 12 minus 21 is minus 9x, and negative 24 minus 3, so that is negative 27. So that means that x equals 3. So if we know x is 3, then we can go somewhere to figure out what the y is. So we can just plug it in right in that top equation. So that's going to be 3 times 3 plus 3y equals negative 6. So we have 9 plus 3y equals negative 6. Oops, I got a little. And then we're going to go ahead and solve for y. So we got 3y equals, if you subtract 9 from each side, that's going to be negative 15. So then y will be equal to negative 5. So put the two together. That would be 3, negative 5. And I think that'll do it. Yep, I think that'll do it. This was just kind of an extra one. Okay, this is a bonus. So I'm just going to set this one up. So we've got Michael, let's see, Monica saved 25. And then she's $5 a week. And then Michael has saved 16. And then he plans to save $8 a week. And how about you guys go ahead and solve that one and figure out how many weeks it would take for them to be the same amount of money. Alright, sounds good.